Kiwi, and welcome back to a new episode of Nine Souls. It's a new day and a new recording. We're going to start off with some pavilion conversations. Let's go. Given Xuan Xuan. Oh, we've got a lot of things to give Xuan Xuan. So we'll start with the Fusang amulet. All right. What have you got to say, kiddo?
What are you holding in your hand, Yi?
It's a Fusang amulet. It might have been left behind by miners who were illegally chipping away at the grottos. You can have it if you want. It's usually worn around your neck.
What? What? It's heavy and made of wood? Wah.
People in the past used it for
Alright, first voice acting session in a couple days. I gotta warm up. I should probably do warm-ups before I start recording, honestly. I know a lot of, like, singers and voice actors do that. I don't have any good habits trained into me yet. It's all practice, I suppose.
People in the past used it for protection. It's just a silly superstition with no scientific basis.
Kind of a little off kilter for you today.
What's a superstition?
It's blindly believing in something without any basis or proof.
Getting there.
Take this amulet for example. People thought that by carving the mark of Fusang into it, it would be endowed with divine powers, allowing its wearer to...
This amulet has magic powers? I'm gonna wear it every day.
I just told you, it's just a superstition, and it's just an ordinary piece of wood. If the mark had any effect, the scientists studying the primordial roots would have already discovered it. Let's put it this way. If you're promised something good, but in exchange you must loyally follow orders and not doubt anything, chances are that's a superstition.
I need my glasses. Maybe that would help me be able to read these a little bit more consistently. My glasses are not at my desk. Oh well.
So then, our village ceremony was also a superstition?
Now you get it.
But without the ceremony, I wouldn't have been saved. I wouldn't have been able to live here with you, Yi. I guess something good did come out of it.
Another one of your silly fallacies.
But if that's what you really think, why would you bring it all the way here for me?
I picked it up. Might as well use it. Or do you want to give it back?
No, I was just joking. I'm keeping it.
Toppy is here to say meow. Everyone, say good morning to Toppy. I'm sure actually she just used letterbox. I was about to say I bet she's going to use it, but she already has. I just didn't notice it until now. Yandao Academy periodical. Yeah, I could definitely use my glasses to read a little bit better here. It's fine.
I brought you a storybook.
Yay! This doesn't look like a storybook at all.
This is what I used to read all the time. This volume left a particularly strong impression on me. The author describes teleological applications in such interesting ways.
Whoa, all those words and all those words and hardly any pictures. Did you really read this whole thing? Didn't you do more interesting things when you were a kid? Didn't you ever play with your neighbors?
What are you implying? I had lots of friends. I just liked reading more.
What is it about? The diagrams look like a bunch of weird lines and circles.
Teleology is the basis for all modern Solarian technology. We use it to issue instructions to machines and build all sorts of complicated systems. It's like a language we use to talk to machines. Amazing, isn't it?
Yeah?
You don't look that interested.
It's not that I don't like it. It's just that it sucks and it's really boring and lame.
It's okay. You don't have to force yourself. Teleological theory in application doesn't sound like something a child would like anyway. I was just a really cool child.
I'll give it a try.
Good. You should skip the introduction and go straight to chapter 5 to learn the symbols. Once you have that down, go back and start from chapter 1.
So many words. Can I draw pictures for it?
Oh my goodness, handing an engineering guidebook to a child just sounds like a choice. Genuinely a choice. Multi-toolkit. Alright, guaranteed Kalfu's going to be upset about us giving this one to Xuan Xuan, because I remember us finding it in Kalfu's territory, so it's gotta be his.
What do you have there, Yi?
Don't get too excited, this isn't a toy. It's a multi-tool used by engineers to repair equipment.
All right, I'm getting better. I've gotten my flow a bit better now. I'm still gonna have word flubs here or there, but it's better.
That's great. I happen to need some tools. Can I borrow it?
No, what if you accidentally sliced off your own fingers?
Par for the course in this game. Come on, I'm not going to do that. Did you forget? I made every single piece of furniture in our house. Let's see, what does this button do? Oh, a knife just popped out. Wow, it moves.
Careful, this is a product of Ying.
Yep, that's where Kalfu is from. This is definitely Kalfu's.
The blades are very sharp.
Who's Ying?
Ying isn't a person. It's a nation on Penglai famous for their crafting, but that was a long, long time ago. All the great craftsmen have been in decline since the end of the turbulent era. The job of craftsman grew less and less popular. I have a friend who suffered a lot because of this.
I wonder which friend.
I don't get it. People who can make stuff are super popular in the village. Our neighbor Ah Fang knew how to sharpen stones to make all sorts of tools. With her spears, even I could hunt down boars. We had lots of meat in the village back then.
Well, some might ask what if those spears were pointed not at boars, but at other people?
I did cut my hand on a blade once, but it doesn't mean that we shouldn't use spears or that we should look down on people who make them.
My friend would be so happy if he were able to hear your words. A shame he's upstairs right now and can't hear you directly.
Then, does your friend mind if I borrowed this tool?
Fine. Just remember to hold it steady, only use the blunt blades and never point it at yourself when cutting.
Okay. Ow!
And don't press buttons with it or let it touch electricity.
Okay. What is this button? Oh my god!
Oh, it would be fun if I wish I had more improvisational practice. I don't really have a lot, so maybe I'll try and toss it in here or there. Oh, Toppy's... Oh my goodness, Toppy, what's the matter? Meow, what's that mean? Want to come up here and say that? Nope, okay. Toppy has quite a lot to say right now. I think she's demanding attention. I'm gonna scritch her chin real quick. Everyone say hi to Toppy. She's gotten her attention. Finland Immortal Portrait.
Want to see? It's a painting I found in an ancient temple.
A painting? Sure. I know where we can hang it.
Just gonna pet my cat while they're chatting about.
Should I be looking at this person or this tree?
I'm not sure, but that person is probably the Kunlun Immortal.
Are we the Kunlun Immortal? We're pretty immortal, I would say. Well, I mean, he said it's not immortality, it's regeneration, but still.
The Kunlun Immortal? Do you know him?
He's a myth. He is said to have lived for thousands of years, attuning to the Tao in the forests of ancient Kunlun. I've never been one to believe in these made-up folk tales, though.
Even if the Immortal is fake, the person who painted this is super talented.
There was a time when the
Literati? Is that the Illuminati, but like for literacy?
There was a time when the literati fled to Kunlun Island, away from the fires of war. The artist might have been one of them.
I think he might have actually met the Immortal. That's so awesome. It's all just simple lines of ink, but why does it look so beautiful?
Paintings during the millennium of inquiry all looked like that. If this is an original, it would be pretty valuable.
Artists don't paint to make money.
Not if you were to ask an antique dealer.
All right, well, that's all we've got to say to Schwan. Any new commentary? No? Let's just see this real quick.
I promised that I would be good and stay right here. But after you're done with your business, take me out to see the sights.
No. You'll die very quickly.
All right, and we have some new dialogue and poison to give. Okay, let's see.
I thought a beautiful place like this would be just as nice to live in. Turns out it's all just appearances. What? The Four Seasons Pavilion isn't lacking in. I have tasted everything I could get my hands on, and nothing tasted any good. I also thought I could get a clean break from the village, but now you got that kid Schwan running around and causing a ruckus. And then there's that talking shadow called Abacus. He won't let me start a fire, and he won't even let me dig holes in the ground. He's such a nag. If you don't like it here, you can always go back to Peach Blossom Village. I'd still rather stay here, better than living with those insufferable idiots.
All right. Yeah, I'm definitely I'm getting my flow now. I'm feeling better overall. Still not perfect, but definitely better.
Hey. My special medicinal brews have miraculous effects on fitness.
And the cadence on that was off. Of course, I tout my horn and now I'm repenting.
My special medicinal brews can have miraculous effects on fitness. Perfect for martial arts practitioners like you. Remember what I said? No poison, no brews. Where would I find poison for you? Don't think about it too hard. A lot of things in this world are poisonous. Only they won't be sitting out in the street. You'll need to explore more dangerous or secretive places. Okay, I'll try my best to find some. But I can't gauge toxicity. Don't blame me if you accidentally poison yourself here. Ha! Rest assured, the poisons I've taken exceeds the number of times you've spoken in your whole life.
All right, hopefully we don't have too much to do with Shenong. His voice shreds my throat. I think that is pretty obvious. All right, we're gonna go ahead and give him the Dragon's Whip. We'll need one more poison, I think, to get another HP up, but we can start. His eating animation and sounds are a choice.
This snake kept biting people at the entrance to the village. I've been craving a bite of it ever since. Munch, munch. Unexpected, but it has a pretty good texture. Also not as gamey as I imagined. Where's this stench? That's all you. This is a scavenger. It eats garbage and feces. You're going to stink for at least the next 3 days.
All right, well, okay, that's it for Shenong. Let's go see if Abacus has anything to say. I appreciate that this does make my dash reset. Oh wait, I have an aerial dash now, I forgot. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna love having that in combat, but I feel like this is gonna be mostly a conversation episode, unfortunately.
The warehouse, oh yes. The warehouse zone to the far west is New Kunlun's logistical hub. I recommend tackling that area first, my lord. It can be reached by heading left from the central core.
All right. So I think all we have left is Kaufu, because I don't think there's anything for Shanghai to tell us. Also, if you're seeing that I have used up 2 of our Azure Sand, our bow ammunition, is because once again I tried to check the map before recording, and inevitably accidentally shot the bow instead. I'm just really, really particularly good at that. Anything from you? Oh, we do have a chip for you. All right. Well, since you're not a fish, we do the other voice for now.
Here.
Oh wait, no.
Here, a new map chip. Here, a new map data chip. Actually, if you need it, I could also ask Abacus to help.
You two, incapable. Stop interfering. Map data revealed. Quick, take it.
All right, well, that was quick and easy. That Shanghai 9000 doesn't have much to say right now. Fair enough. All right. Kaufu, you have nothing new to say, really. All right, well, I would like that pipe upgrade. Marginally enhances the healing effects of your medicinal pipe. Absolutely. We already have that. Upgrading the bow doesn't sound like a bad idea, but I probably want a magazine more than I want more damage, honestly. Let's see, do I have anything that I can recycle? And if not, we're heading into action now. Let's see. Oh, I do have some stuff. Ooh, that's a lot of stuff, actually. Okay, that alone will bump us up to the 2,500 we need. So cool. We'll get our new ammo slot. We'll be able to shoot 4 times. The bow does a lot of damage, and the game counts it as a strong attack, so it does quite a bit. All right, 1 Azure Sand magazine expands the maximum number of shots available for the Azure bow. This was developed by Kaufu to maximize Azure Sand capacity. Aside from it being just a resource of the game, I wonder canonically, like, what is Azure Sand? And Gen, for that matter, because it sounds like they mine it, which, what does that even mean? Anyway, we're heading back into the field, and now I can follow up the last episode's dialogue or commentary with some commentary that I wanted to kind of have, but I figured we'll do. Oops, oh, there I go, trying to use the map. I hate that it, like, so many other games that I've played recently have Y button being map select. So it's really disorienting that the Y button does interact with the map here. It just doesn't do anything particularly directly. It doesn't open the map. All right, so I think we have some backtracking to do. So I think what I'll do is I'll actually fast forward just to save you the headache of watching this part again. All right, it's about 5 minutes since I was last recording. I'm almost back to where we were before. I ended up taking a trip back to the pavilion and then traveling to the west instead because I thought it would be faster. And I have an idea So when we were passing through here, I didn't think I could get there, but now I have an air dash, and look at that. Which means we now have access to a new area. Let's see what where this path takes us. And now I can, oh. Okay, so it's all the way back here. Never mind. Well, this should, in theory, bring us to the warehouse district, which is where we want to head anyway. So let's see. I think I can get packaged up and travel that way, maybe? We'll see. Or I guess maybe it's not a packaging, it's just we haven't actually even explored this part of the map. Okay, fair enough. So we have an entirely new area. Sounds good to me. Can I get up here? Thank you. Anyway, so the first thing I want to say is just as a follow-up to the previous episode, I talked about the untimely demise of a pet of mine, and I really do think I flounder. Like, having listened back to that episode while editing it, it does kind of feel like I was floundering around the topic of, yes, I was the direct cause of one of my pet's deaths. And while my intent as a kid was to do what I thought was normal for having a pet, petting a fish, you know, pet the animal that you own. But I want to make it very clear that in my eyes, that is effectively animal abuse. I caused harm to a living creature, and there's no escaping that reality. So I don't know if I'm exactly apologizing, because I don't think I have anyone to apologize to, but I need to at least acknowledge I did wrong and I did harm to an animal, and I'd like to think that the remainder of my life has been largely spent to the betterment of animals. Again, I'm not going to go into what the nature of my profession is, but I will very much say that I have taken I live a life that is very focused on helping animals. So I don't think that was a formative moment in terms of a career path, but I do think it is important to acknowledge that what I did was wrong. I caused harm to something that I cared about, and I have since learned to be better, do better, and I'd like to think that my actions in that regard speak louder than these words. Granted, I have no way of proving those actions to anyone other than myself and those who know me. And I'm okay with that, because at the end of the day, I'm just a random voice on the internet helping my girlfriend fall asleep. So let's talk about that fish tank I had that wasn't a fish that I alluded to. Basically, this was back when I was super into Harry Potter as a kid, back before J.K. Rowling kind of torched herself on social media, let's say. And it wasn't controversial to like her IP. And I had Hermione, I had Neville, I had Fred and George. No, those ones for certain. This seems like a new area. Okay, we must be heading in the right way. This looks warehousey, right? Can't really go up this way. All right. So, I'm absolutely going to be activating something, and then it's going to start trying to crush me. I bet these are going to, like, come down and try to crush me or shoot fire or something. Anyway. So, I had Neville, who was my largest of the amphibian-type creatures that I owned. I think he was a tomato frog, or maybe it wasn't a tomato frog. I remember looking at tomato frogs and really wanting one, but my mom was like, too big, too gross, no. So I think he was more of a more standard-sized, kind of toady-looking frog, but I figured I'd name him because Neville had a pet toad named Trevor, you know? And then there was... Oh, we've got a hacking. This might do something fancy. I bet it's going to activate the entire system like I was saying it would. Let's see. Oh, that also means we're probably going to be encountering a new Saul soon, and I have to figure out what voice you're going to be. I'm assuming it's the big, creepy, lion-looking dude that we saw with the... I think he had a spear? Oh, yep, Crushers. Called it. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll give him the Bowser voice, but that never gets picked up well on the microphone, despite me hoping that it does. I might have to change my filter settings if I really want... Oh, you... Okay, you're an old guy. All right, well, my traditional old guy voice destroys my throat, so I don't want to do that. You know what? We made a Waluigi reference before. Why don't... I never get to play with Waluigi's voice. This may be terrible, but let's give it a little bit.
Mario? Oh yeah, what? Oh, hold it. For what purpose do you journey to my humble repository?
Okay. Not amazing, but we can work with it.
I'm here to take out the trash.
Ooh, threatening you.
Your words conceal...
I'm immediately slipping into Frieza.
Where? Your words conceal other intentions. If you could lay down your arms, perhaps we can sit down and converse.
I need to roll my R's a little bit more. I'm not doing enough.
I thought Lord Yuan Lao, a man of great propriety, would greet me in person.
Young man, young man, there is no need to be defiant. I am aware of your plight.
Okay.
Your mentor, Aegon, did indeed wrong you.
You are justified in your...
I think it's coming off as a vaguely Russian accent, and I don't know how that's happening because I do not know the first thing about Russian accents. My only real experience with them is Jumba Jakiva from Lilo and Stitch, and now more recently, because we're watching Star Trek, I guess, Chekhov.
I'm here for you, not Aegon.
Allow me to finish. As I was saying, given your suffering... given your suffering, your current agitation is hardly surprising. Even so, ponder this with a clear mind. Time cannot be rewound. Your relentless pursuit will only result in destruction, nothing more. Heed my advice. Sometimes one must learn to forgive and forget.
You murderers want to lecture me about forgiveness. What a joke.
Well, you must not interrupt when your elders are speaking. Why are you so incorrigible? Why show no mercy when you're already right? When you reach my age, you'll understand. Wait, what was my age again?
Just hand over your seal. You're turning senile.
How discourteous. Enough. There.
I have to, like, wah to get back into the voice because I lose it so easily. It's really one that I've never really messed around with that much.
Where? You're how discourteous. Enough. I've long known that you won't heal. Where? How discourteous. Enough. I've long known that you won't heed my words. However, my good manners compel me to greet you. I do not snub etiquette. Spare a thought for the plight of all Solarians, not just yourself. A gentleman bows and adapts. There is no shame in surrender.
All right. Work in progress. Not quite what I want it to be, but, you know, I don't get to play around with these kind of voices that often. Oh, man, I love... This game's platforming is... Oh, that was not the Mystic Nymph that I was trying to use there. There we go. Okay, actually, I guess it was the Mystic Nymph I was trying to use. I just used it inappropriately. There we go. Easy passage. Oof. All right, not the cleanest getaway, but we're making it work. Oh, hello. All right, I need to be careful. There are a lot of crushers, so I guess anytime I have a situation where I might want to stand on a surface, I should be mindful that it might have a crusher associated. Also interesting, these platforms have like alternating sides of like red glowy angry stuff and friendly green hang on to me, hold me gently stuff. That is a weird way to phrase that. Anyway, all right, we have officially met our new 9 soul. Fun statue there. Oh no, Kiwi. Oh no, Kiwi. I'm not apologizing this time. We know what we're in for. All right, let's see. What voice did we... Oh, what if I did the... How would the Bowser voice sound for you? Oh, no.
Is there anything you need me?
I don't think I can do that for long. All right, I'm curious to see how that sounds on the mic, but I can't do that. I will have no throat left after this episode. So, I don't know. We could match it with the Waluigi, I guess. Nope, I immediately fall into Gollum. All right, you know what? These guys are just gonna all get Gollum. It is forever the case.
Is there something, anything you need from me? Do you need guidance? Or convince? I'll confess everything, please stop.
You know what? Honestly, I'm just gonna give this the Tristan voice. I think that's the final answer. I confess. I'll confess everything. Please stop staring at me. Enjoy a sublime eternity amongst the evergreen foothills, New Kudland, the second home of your dreams. Do you have any questions you would like me to answer?
Give me a status report on this region.
Status for the warehouse zone. It's a warehouse. What is there to report? Oh, I'm sorry. I meant to say that everything's fine in the warehouse zone. Logistics system report. The distribution and collection of the resources for each zone is in progress. A special reminder: containers in the repository may move at any time. Entering on foot is very dangerous, so please take care.
Tell me where Yanlao is.
Yo, Lord Yanlao, I'll speak. Just please don't raise your voice like that. He has not been in a good health and has retired to the Boundless Repository's central control room to rest. You will not be able to meet him.
Is Yanlao's health deteriorating?
Multiple organ failure. It's the terminal stage of Tianhuo. There's little that can be done.
Elderly patients like your Lord Lian Lao must remain in his soulscape to emit. Oh my god. Elderly patients like your Lord Yanlao must remain in his soulscape as much as possible, so as to slow down the virus's destruction. If he has to be awakened, he could lose up to a year of his life expectancy in a week. But rest assured, upon arrival at New Kunlun, no one will have to suffer from disease as long as orders are followed.
That sounds like a dictatorship promise sort of thing.
Goodbye.
Is it over? Thank goodness.
Poor kid looks really terrified, and I'm gonna hold him up for his chip now.
What are you doing? No, losing my chips is my greatest fear. I'll do anything if you want my map data. I'll give you a copy for 400 Jin, please.
I'll do anything for a price, he says.
Have mercy.
Pay 400 Jin and get a copy of the chip.
Thank you. I shall make a copy for you right away. But please let me go.
Not quite a Tristan voice. I'm not used to doing Tristan in such a frantic manner. Warehouse zone chip. Map data chip. A memory chip containing map data of the warehouse zone. Further analysis can be done to reveal hidden map data. New Kunlun's warehouse zone is located at its westernmost end. Visitors often get lost in the labyrinthian, boundless repository located within. Yeah, that makes sense. I would get lost in a warehouse like this too, I'm sure. Alright, so we have a direction to the right and a direction to the left, and we have both as reasonable options at this stage. We've got a little bit more left in the episode, so why don't we just head to the right for now? It looks like the left has some fun things to do too, but this looks extra shiny, so let's go for the extra shiny path. Oh, hey, it's the bridge for Chiyu, I bet. Hold on, let's go ahead and activate this, and let's go see... Yeah, there you are right there. Alright, let's go talk to him and see what he has to say. Honestly, I think out of every voice I've done in this playthrough so far, Jihyu's, when I do it correctly, is my favorite. Let's see what you have to say, kiddo. Or kiddo?
Oh my god. No words can express my gratitude for what you have done. If you're willing, I would like to bequeath you a treasure as a token of gratitude. If you would like to barter, ask away. I shall await your departure before moving on.
Alright, what treasure? Revival Jade. When HP reaches 0 for the first time, you will revive and regain 25% health. That's actually pretty awesome. Alright. I don't think I'm going to use it. I'd rather just... getting my... like, it'll be useful for boss fights, I guess. Maybe if I have a boss fight anticipated, I switch it out. Because I don't think bosses really hand out that much Jin. They mostly give a skill point. Alright, anything I can purchase from you? We have 1,000 gold. I may as well purchase this ball of flavor. That'll get us more HP gain from... or I think more max HP from Shenong later, so that'll be cool. Alrighty, well, we are going to explore this warehouse district to its completion. In the meantime, so the Harry Potter tank. Let's see. Who else was in there? So like I said, we had Neville, the like kind of tiny toadish character. Doesn't look like there's anything I can do here. There's probably going to be a elevator here that lets us come round later. So I guess to the left we go. Then I had Hermione, who was, I want to say, one of my tadpoles. I had, no, Fred and George were the tadpoles, I think. I had a African tree frog, I think it was. One of those like really colorful frog, but not a dart frog, because dart frogs are way tinier. So I just remember it was a very colorful sort of frog-looking creature. It's been so long since I've had to think about these things. I suppose it's nostalgic, but it's not well ingrained in my memory, unfortunately. There is nothing I can do over here. Fair enough. I had Fred and George the tadpoles. They were probably the things I pet the most. I remember. Hermione was my salamander because Hermione, I thought in my head, was always going to score well on the newt exams because newts were their like big exam, like high. Like, I guess it was their equivalent of the GRE, maybe. Oops. I have a feeling that this is going to be a painful area to watch me play through at some point, Kiwi. Oh, and apparently they can get destroyed. Oh, I see that one over there on the left is damaged, so that's probably why. Okay, fair enough. Anyway, so yeah, I named my salamander Hermione because I was like, she would pass her newt exams. Oh my goodness, I'm lucky that didn't reset me. I do really wish that these like red glowy things did not just send you back to the last like safe ground position. I really wish it was more of a I wish it was more of a matter of, hold on, of just taking some damage and knockback. I feel like that would be way less frustrating. Oh well, we can only do what we can do. This looks like a fun new place. What have we got in here? So yeah, I had a salamander named Hermione, I had a toad named Trevor, I had a set of tadpoles named Fred and George. Uh-oh. Oh gosh, that's a lot of things. Or this is gonna be a big boss arena, isn't it? Oh, well. Sorry, trying to think and have commentary while also focusing on combat. Not going so great. I've only just warmed up, Kiwi. But you know what, why don't we end the episode here? I think I named off all the amphibious friends that I had. I don't have any particularly strong memories, but I definitely had some color. I had one colorful frog. Don't remember what I named it, but it must have been something Harry Potterish. Maybe it was Ron, but I don't think it was. Anyway, Kiwi, that's enough for this episode. We'll pick up in the next one. See you then. I hope this is helping you fall asleep, and if you're sleeping, I hope you're sleeping well. I love you, and I will see you in the next one.